morning.
Good morning, Ginger. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, boot camp. Gotta go ahead and get started warming up. It's in the morning, so I like just to do some kickbacks here, some butt kicks, some gentle movement before we hop around, any plyometrics or anything like that. Keep going with those. Just warming up. If you just joined us, thanks for coming. Just doing some light kickbacks. Now we're gonna do some high knee pulls. So high knee and pull up and up. So kind of an angle, big hip stretch. Especially if you just woke up this morning like me. Sometimes it doesn't feel great to just start doing jumping jacks right away first thing. So doing some hip stretches. Let's do one more on each side. Pull up. Good. Now let's just jog in place. Start to welcome some movement in here. Get our heart rates up. Warming up our whole body. Got a fun test for you guys. Gonna do some core cardio strength as always. If you have weights or bands, you can use those, but otherwise completely body weight as always. Just jogging in place. And let's relax. Okay, from here, we have 10 overhead squats, so feet about a little wider than shoulder distance apart, toes apart, hands up, and 10 squats. 2, 3, 4, 5, back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little wider stance, side to side lunges. So just rocking back and forth. Big stretch of the legs, inner thighs. You can see here, pushing my butt back, and then I'm coming down. Get a good ankle stretch by really leaning in to your foot. If you have a little bit more mobility, you can drop it down. Get into it a little bit more. Let's do one more on each side. And then come to the top. Do a little flow. Reach your arms all the way up. Reach down. Warrior feet forward fold. Hands up halfway lift here. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your shoulder blades together. Flat back, look forward. You should feel a good opening in your collarbones. Set your hands down. And then slowly walk it out until you're in a downward facing dog. Press back. We're just going to pedal our feet back and forth. Make sure everything's warmed up. We're feeling good on this Tuesday after Thanksgiving. And press back in. Let's lift one leg up. Lift the other leg up. Roll forward into a plank. And we're just going to drop down into an upward facing dog. Open up the chest. Stretch the collarbones. Work the low back. And then roll into a tabletop position here. We're just going to do a couple bird dogs. So we're pressing one leg back, one arm forward. Reach, reach, reach. And come back down. And other side. We're going to do 10, 12, or 5 on each side of these. Think about if I was pulling your fingertips forward, pulling your foot back. Really big stretch, stretch, stretch of your tummies, of your arm, of your leg. Five more. 4, 3, strong core here. 2, and done. All right, from here, roll it on down to the ground all the way. Arms out into a Y. We're gonna go for some Y's, T's, I's. Watch me first if you're not sure what that is. We lift up Y, T, I. All right, all together, let's do 10 of these. Y, T, I. Y, T, I. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the low back. Making sure everything's ready to rock and roll for class today. Keep going. I lost track of what we're doing, so we're just gonna do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1 up. Make it your best one. Really try to press your hands back towards your hips, and done. Pull back. Raise up into a tabletop position, tuck the back of the toes, one big stretch, and downward facing dog again. Bend the knees, walk your hands back to your feet. Once you get here, roll it up nice and slow. Arm circles going back. 3, 4, 5. Arm circles going forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, show me the money. We're going out. 2, 3, 4, 5. One last thing. Now we're all warmed up. Shake it out. Ready to go. Let's do some jumping jacks. Finally ready on this morning. Just feels so good to do everything else first. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Now really shake it out and grab some water. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today. I'm going to switch it up on you guys. We're going to do core first. What? It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We are going to do a different plank each time. We have 3 rounds, different plank each time. Prone plank, just normal guy. You can do it on your hands. It's a little bit more challenging if you're on your elbows. My hands are together. Level 3, your hands are like 11s on the mat. So number 3, most challenging, more challenging, less challenging there. And then we're gonna go on to our backs. We have a hollow hold. Woo! It's gonna be a tough one, hands underneath the booty. Make sure you do that, that's important. We're just holding it here. This down nice and low is gonna be the hardest, really feeling your lower abs. You can always just hold it up here as well. Round 2, we're going side plank, side plank, side plank, or stacked, holding it there for 45 seconds. Then on our backs, we have tic-tacs, variation or hollow hold. Just going back and forth with our legs, really crushing the low core. Side plank on our left. And then 45 seconds of leg raises. We are going to be sore in our core tomorrow. It's going to be great. So let me get my timer out. Like I said, we're doing 3 rounds, showed you everything, 45 seconds. The first one we are doing is that prone plank. So just a normal, prone just means normal, original flavor of the plank. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 10 seconds. And just think, you know, you can do any modification you want in this 45 seconds. So here, let's begin. You can get started here. If you do this for half the time, you're like, I think I can move on to my arms, then move on to your arms. Just try it. I think that sometimes we put ourselves in a pigeonhole of what we can or cannot do. We have to choose one level, one modification for the entire time, and we don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. This is your workout, so try something different. Challenge yourself. You didn't get up this early for nothing, and make it count. Here we are. My spiel's over. We have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and drop. All right, flip over onto your backs. Little yin and yang this morning, 10 seconds till we have our hollow hold. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 5, hands underneath your tailbone, protect your low back, and let's begin. Just hanging out, hollow hold. So 45 seconds is a long time. You can always put your feet up here, you're still working. If you're up here, you want a little bit more, pull your shoulder blades up off the mat, lift towards your toes. You can drop your feet a little bit. So anything where your shoulder blades are off, you're looking at your belly button, that's gonna be a little bit more challenging. It's also gonna be more challenging the lower you bring your feet down to the mat. We have 10 seconds, let it shake. Challenge yourself. Go a little lower, last 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, plank variation now. Side plank, pick your poison, whatever you want to do. Remember the different levels. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Remember, you can have your feet staggered like mine are now, or stacked, or one leg down. And remember, you can do a medley of all 3 of those. Practice makes perfect, so maybe you can't do stacked feet for 45 seconds, but you can do it for 20, and something is better than nothing. Maybe next week you do it for 25. Reach up high, lift your core away from the mat, press up, last 10 seconds. Reach with your hand, last 5. Strong midline, 2, 1, and done. Alrighty, on our back. We have those TikTok variations. These are tough hands in a triangle. Place it underneath your tailbone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're back and forth, TikTok. So you can see my legs are straight. My legs are a little bit bent. This is as straight as they get actually. Tight hamstrings. My legs are pretty high up right now. More challenging is going to be nice and low. We just want to make sure low back is glued to the mat at all times. That's why our hands are under our tailbone, helping press in. Also squeeze your belly button down and in. You have 3 seconds. And done. Woo! All right. Flip it over. Side plank. On the other side in 3 seconds. And lift up. Here, try and do the same thing you did on the other side. So if you did a medley, try doing a medley. Nice arch of your belly. We are a nice little rainbow here. There's a fire coming from the mat. We're lifting our hip away from it. We're reaching our arm up. We're squeezing our belly to our spine. We have tight tummies here. We're not being passive with our stomach. 10 seconds. This is our last plank. Keep reaching for 5. And done. Last hollow hold variation, belly up, core. Hands in a triangle underneath our booties, underneath our back sides. We have leg lifts for 45 seconds. Feet together, try and straighten your legs as much as you can. Drop it down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift it up. Squeeze your belly button, down it in. As you lift, really stretching the low core. Again, no passive bellies. Make sure that they're squeezed in nice and tight the entire time. It's not enough to just go through the motions. You got to work the muscle that we're using. We're using our core. 10 seconds. Final 5. You can do it. 2, 1, and done. Woo! Stretch it out right here. Let's give it a little twist. Little twist. And grab some water if you need it. Core first, out of the way. Feeling good. Next, we are moving on to some cardio. So while you're grabbing water, catching your breath, I'm getting my timer situated. We have 3 different moves, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest in between. Rocking through 3 times, no rest between rounds. Here are our 3 moves, a little something different today. Side lunge, hop it, back down, switch sides, down, hop, down, and in. That doesn't feel good on your knees to do the little hoppy hop. Just go back and forth, side lunge. Remember with the side lunge, this leg is straight, this leg is bent. You see me from the side, I'm just not going like this. I'm shooting my butt back like I'm trying to reach this down seated in a chair. This leg's doing a squat, this leg is straight. Think of that when you're doing your squat or your lunges. You're leaning back like a squat. You're shooting your butt back. Again, be intentional about your movements. So that's our first one. Our second one, we have an invisible snatch. If you have a dumbbell, feel free to use it for this one. If not, this is great cardio anyway. We lean down, we pick our weight from the ground, and we whip our hands up, come back down, switch sides. Deadlifting up, and then using our arms, so down and up, down and up. If you have a small weight, like I have this 10 here, you just whip it up, whip it up. Our third exercise is from the ground. We're in a plank position again. We're going 1, 2, 3. On our third tap, we put our hands down and we fly. Down, so we're going 1, 2, 3, fly. So I'm doing a twist. I'm not going to a full side plank, but I am using my back, using my shoulders to fly my hand out. So 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, other side lifts. Alrighty. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 10 seconds. Four seconds. Side lunge, down, hop, down, other side, down, hop, down, other side. Woo. squat. Halfway through. Down, together. 8 seconds. Final 5, 3, 2, 1. Down, back to center. Invisible snatches next in 10. Woo! 3 seconds. Make sure you're deadlifting. You reach down, you lift up. You want to make a little hop, give a little hop, gives you a little extra cardio. Remember, if you actually have a dumbbell, that's going to be the best here. If it's just a water bottle, give yourself some resistance to pull. We have 5 seconds. And done. All right, hit the mat. We're going 1, 2, 3. And then arm fly. 1, 2, 3. Opposite arm reach. 1, 2, 3. And reach. Switching sides each time. And done. Woo! Back to those side lunges in 10. Side lunge. Hop, back down, shoot back to center. Strength of the leg. Press up, down, back, other side. Woo! Halfway. Keep rocking. Make it quick, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, make it even. Visible snatches next in 10. Deadlift. Hop it up. Reach your arm overhead. All the way to the ground. Pop it up. Even if you can't hop, get on those calves. Do a little calf raise. And done. All right, on the mat. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Plank position. And let's begin. Right. Reach your arm up. Use your rear delts. Less than 10. Try and keep your hips square. And done. Woo! Last final round. Three seconds, side lunge. And down, lift up, down, back to center. We're halfway. Kick the floor away. 5 seconds, make it even. And done. Visible snatch, last round. And if you have a dumbbell, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. Begin, down. Hop it up or calf raise. Reach your arm all the way overhead. Keep your core tight as you come down to that deadlift. Think about hinging the hips, bringing them back up. Less than 10. Final 5. And done. On the mat one last time. 1, 2, 3. Raise. Plank position, get ready. We're going in 3, 2, 2, 3. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Drop the booty down. Drop your hips down. Cardio core right here, just as we did. Core in the beginning doesn't mean we're done. 5 seconds. And done. Woo! Catch your breath, grab some water. Oh man. Walk it off a little bit. Woo. Great job, everyone. Right, we saved the best for last. We got some strength. Want to be boot camp with a little strength? We have 4 exercises, 10 minutes, as many rounds as possible. Everyone's favorite. Little AMRAP in the morning. We have our first one. I can also drop these in the chat, but I'll be calling them out as we do our AMRAP. We have 6 inchworm to push up. Down to the ground, walk it up, push up, walk it back. Stretch the back of the legs here when we walk it out. You can also go down on the knees, of course. As long as we're stretching the back of the legs. 6 of those. Y'all gonna hate me. This is kind of cardio. Burpee, Superman burpee. Up, down. Superman. 8 Superman burpees. 10 narrow squats. Legs are a little bit together. I'm not going down quite as low, just because it's a little bit more difficult. 10 of those, little ski style. And then we have a good morning at hinge, so hands behind. We're going B stance. So one leg forward, one leg back. Soft bend in the front leg. 6. 6. And 12 total. And that's our AMRAP. Okay, I'm going to drop it in the chat. And then we can go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm going to call them out too, but I know that sometimes it's like, wait, what are we doing? So make sure that that's there. All right. 10 minutes, some strength. If you have weights, feel free to grab them. If not, no big deal. And let's go ahead and get started in 5 seconds. Those burpees are a little bit too much, then that's okay. You can just do some Supermans. Let's go ahead and get started with the inchworm to push up. So 6 inchworms to push up, stretching the back of the legs, and then rolling forward. The inchworm doesn't feel good to crawl in, crawl out. Just do push-ups, that's okay. This is your workout. This is your strength. So do what feels best for you. What's challenging, what's not. Once you've done 6 inchworms with a push-up, you're moving on to that burpee. That burpee doesn't feel good. You're just doing 8 Supermans on the ground. Getting up and down doesn't feel good. There's always that option. You can always modify and make it whatever you need to. So you moved on to 8 burpees. You're up, down. Once you've done 8 burpees, you're moving on. 10 narrow squats. Ski style. Once you've done 10 of those, we have 6 on each side. B stands. If you're on the B stance, make sure you're hinging, strong back. Once you've done 6 of those on each side, you're going back to inchworm with a push-up. Making great time still. We're not halfway yet. Y'all are doing great. 6 inchworms with a push-up. Once you've done 6 inchworms, we have 8 burpees Superman. If you're not doing the burpee, you're just doing 8 Supermans. So you've done 8 burpees, the Superman, you have 10 narrow squats. So you've done 10 of those. B stance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, slight bend in the front foot, hinging, forward, hands behind the back. 6 on each side, 12 total. Woo. Back up to inchworm. With the push-up, 6 of them, we're down to our final 3.5 minutes. Try and make it through a full another round. We're almost there, everyone. It's 7:40, we have 3 minutes left. Get down right at time. It's gonna be great, make it count. Y'all got it. Remember that nice little hinge, stretch of the hamstrings or the back of the legs on the inchworms. You can always come down to your knees, as long as you have good push-up form. Slight bend in the knees as you crawl it back. Remember, you can always modify if you're just doing push-ups. On the burpees, you can modify by just doing Supermans. If you want to make it a little spicy though, these are some ways you can do it. Making normal exercises a little bit more fun. Two-minute warning. "90 seconds. Remember, if you want to cruise through this round, get a little bit more in, you can always skip the burpee. You got a little bit more cardio, a little bit more legs. That burpee variation is going to be the move. "45 seconds. So you're done with those. Narrow squats. My knees are kissing. Nice and close together. Seconds. You're moving on to that B stance. Good mornings, baby. Alternate back and forth. And done. That's it. Woo. Grab some water if you need it. Thumbs up, Ginger. Grab some water and then let's sit it on down. Do a little quick cool down. perfect timing today. We have our feet together, feet bar jelly time. Lean down and up. We're just gonna make it a little bit more dynamic. So lean down and then whenever you're ready, if you're still drinking water, that's okay. Bring our heart rate down a little bit. From here, let's bring one leg out, classic stretch. Roll it over, stretch back, twist. One more, reach, twist back, switch sides. Again, we reach, twist, reach, twist back. One more, reach, and twist. From here, tabletop position. Let's do a little cat-cow action. Hands down. Curve the back, look into your belly button. And then down and up. Cat, twist it, look at your belly button. And then down and up. Neutral position here. We're just going to take some hip moves back and forth. Now bring your knees up, now with the heart, keep your feet together. Sit it back into child's pose. Stretch your arms forward. From here, roll forward. Straighten your back legs. Come down to a little cobra as we lift. We're going to put one arm down, other arm across. Nice big shoulder stretch here. So if you're looking at me, our arms are like this as we're on the ground. Big shoulder opener, especially all those planks and plank variations we did. You can rock side to side or try and bring your chin down. Let's switch it up. Right, under, left. So now you should feel more of a stretch in your right arm. Your right is under your left. Again, you can move it side to side. If that feels good. Hands underneath. Come up to a seat. Stretch your arms back from the chest. Lift your arms up behind you. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks. Joe will be back next Tuesday.